Good morning. Well, it was super nice yesterday to have that one day of no rain, but obviously it's nice. It's nice to be back to the constant rain now. So, same as I did the other side, I'm going to fill behind the I-beam and the stonework with this special plaster. And yeah, and then some other stuff. It's just not an easy thing to not make a mess with. Got to be quite generous to get in all the nooks and crannies, but that's all topped up now, so it's going to take, well, in this weather, a little while to set. So while I can't do that, I'm going to start prepping at the top of these walls to start taking the roof plate, and once I clear it off, I can really decide exactly how that's going to happen. Now, the best place you can see how the roof used to be and work is over on the other side, where unfortunately we haven't built a floor yet, so I can't get up close to it. But there's enough left where you can really see how it used to work. So what they did was lay an oak beam on top of the wall, and you can see that it wasn't one continuous beam, it was kind of jointed in sections. And they laid that the whole perimeter of the wall, I guess, to get quite an even layer to attach the roof to. Then off of that, you can kind of see, maybe you can't quite, that there was uprights screwed to that went up from the base plate to the roof. So there's a few things that gives us, coupled with some of the old photos of how the roof was just after it burnt down, that really is quite easy to piece together exactly how it worked. So it shows that the uprights coming from the top plate to the roof were all relatively small, and what that means is that the main frame was inside, resting on the floor, not resting on the outer walls. There's a few ways these roofs can go. You can either create big A-frames, or you can create smaller little frame. Well, it'll make sense when I do it, but these plates need to be cleared off and made. What you can notice now we're up close is this white mortar line is where the zinc sat, and the start of the roof plate was here in this section. So look, the basics of it are, I need to get this cleared out, flattened out and ready to put a plate on. Now that plate may be steel or it may be wood, it really depends how this edge comes up. Well, firstly, what a difference. God, that looks so flat and straight. It's surprising how good condition like the very top stones are in. I think that's been the saviour of this chateau. The way they built the tops and the layers all the way down with these big granite caps. You know, it's really held the place together and it stood the test of time. Unfortunately, the walls underneath it haven't, but that's by the by. So this is the old flashing, and well, that's a drain pipe that used to come off the roof. So you can see kind of where the roof used to be. It's actually a bit further in than I kind of marked this line, kind of here. Imagine this, if you will. Here's a base plate. It used to sit on the very, very edge of this wall, which is really doesn't make that much sense to me because it's such a big flat stone. You think they'd want the weight, but that shows that the weight wasn't on the wall. All this space was for guttering, same as there. And here are the pins which held the guttering in place. Once the plate's fixed all the way around, there's small uprights going, and eventually it will meet this one and join that connection all the way up here. Time for a Dan diagram. Serious engineer plans going into this. This is Art Attack. Got the wall. Shaded. That is the wall. Bear with me here. Wall plate. First upright. Sort of brace here, some sort of brace here, some sort of brace here. So there is something I've been working on in the background, and I've got to share it with you now because, well, we're drastically running out of time. So this is the first ever Chateau de Chaumont merch, and it's Christmas merch, and it's something that move your waggy bum. It's something that I've been working on for a long time. It's absolutely bespoke to the chateau. It's been made just for me, just for a Christmas ornament. So, okay, here it is. So we've got this nice little Chateau de Chaumont velvet bag, and inside is the Chateau de Chaumont Christmas ornament. Now this is part of a bigger logo design which I've also been working on in the background, and a good friend of the channel, Michael, has been helping me for a really long time, and he's been given all his time for free, and he's putting so much effort into designing and getting a logo that the chateau can really use going forward. And this is just one of them, and I'll show you various ones later on. But we got this made into an ornament, and it's all laser cut, and it's an exact replica of exactly how the chateau used to look when it had, well, when it had at least a roof and all its chimneys. So there's not very many. There's about 500 of these, and these specific ones won't be for sale ever again. We might do them next year, but they're going to be a different design. So if you want to get hold of them, click the link below, and hopefully if I've got it all set up in time and working properly, that'll direct you to a little Shopify shop. Put your details in there. We can deliver them all around the world. Obviously, just postage will vary on that. I don't know if the website's all going to work, because it has been down to me and it's not massively my thing. So check them out. I'm going to cut today's video a little bit short because I want to make sure when you click that link everything works and I've got time to get together. So from all of us here, we'll see you tomorrow.